Ksenia, what I already mentioned to Roberto, I cannot thank you enough that you made your way here and that you come and you perform on a such high standard for us. I mean, you're the first one from the classical side, and also that you have so much love in you to give on to our students. And we have 4 girls, they would love to learn better piano, or they're still at the very beginning. And so, as I said, this is wonderful. But can you tell me, who are you?
Yes, thank you, Hannes. It's a great privilege and pleasure to be here, and really enjoying every minute. And we treasure moments we spend here. And of course, as Roberto said, I totally agree that the place, facilities, they are just incredible. And even more incredible for us is to hear the voices of the students, to see their smiles, and to see the staff around with so much warmth. You know, every person we've met here so far, we felt they have so much heart in them and enthusiasm to make this place better and better and better. That's why we believe it's going to grow into something incredible more and more, you know, every year. It has a big potential in future. And already what you're doing here is truly fantastic. And my name is Ksenia, and I originally come from Ukraine, and half of my life I live in Singapore. I'm based in Singapore, even though I kept a really close connection with Europe because I went to study there to a couple of places like London and Zurich, and while being still based in Singapore. Because I do have a lot of concerts there, and also my teaching career is also very much in Singapore. Yeah, and now I'm managing a music academy. It's called Medicine Academy of Music in Singapore, together with my mom, who is also a professional musician. She's a piano professor. So we are together as a team and doing lots of things, not only teaching, but so much more. And we have also incredible staff with us. More and more teachers are joining the academy, and of course our talented students are with us, and we are all like a big family. That's why I really treasure what you are doing here, because I have a feeling you also have this kind of idea here that you are a big team, because if you have a good team, you know, things can be done so well.
That's right.
It's a common spirit.
Yes, it's really right. We are a big family. You know, we grew since 8 years, 10 years totally. We all grew together through very hard time, COVID, and still we are suffering. We're still in the post-pandemic, and but for us, we focus very much on the next generation. The children are the next generation, and we try to invest anything or everything we have into early child education. And maybe because I'm an artist, I don't focus so much on mathematics and science. I focus very much on art and music, because I think that's the inspiration. Einstein mentioned already that we all have an education, and but after the education, we have a knowledge. But knowledge without creativity and the vision doesn't lead us for nowhere. And I'm a very strong believer in that. And when I saw you yesterday playing with such an amazing power, with such a intuition, I mean, I was fascinated. I had shivers. And then this harmony between Roberto and you is like you're like one piece, right? That was really fascinating to see. And I know how it is when you practice. I see it on our kids when they have to, you know, we have a little band and they try together. But this is really something where I think it opened their eyes yesterday. What do you have to put in to get that point? And I've seen quite a number of piano players, but what I saw yesterday with you was fascinating. I was actually supposed to film. I didn't. I just was watching you guys playing and enjoyed it so much, right? Even that maybe for some of our local people, for them was a little bit alien. It's exactly as alien when I have to watch for 1 hour a Khmer music concert, you know, where I don't understand because I don't understand the story behind that kind of music. But how is it for you going on places like this and then doing workshops where you know that actually they don't have a really big background, these students?
I think first of all, for me, it's very meaningful, because nowadays I only focus on the projects I find meaningful, purposeful, for people, for whoever is there. So I think this is the most valuable for me, that people feel something after watching a concert or having a master class with me, so that they can in any way inspire. Like Roberto said, we inspire each other, always like this, yes, for the teacher-student relation, but at the same time that it's something really like a sparkle. It sparks your curiosity if you're a young person, right? So that you're learning. It sparks your creativity, like you've mentioned, and this is so valuable. So that's why I'm so happy that we could come and do this. And working with the girls yesterday, with the group of piano students, it was very interesting, because I could see they're learning something now, so they're in the process, which is already a great big milestone for them. And then I was trying, because we only had limited time after we finished other activities, that I could leave something with them, that they can grow like a seed. It can plant a little seed in them, that it can develop so much more. If I come, for instance, after a year, I can continue working with them on that, and I could see, okay, that really worked, and it was such a pleasure for me, because like we were saying, there is always a connection between reading the music or building a good technical foundation before everything else, because I see that they already have enthusiasm. They have most of them have natural musicality. We could see this from the singing. So that's already there, that's present. So what is important for us in a classical music background is the foundation in technique, and it's like some good habits we can establish in our practice, in our practice routine, which we do, and which makes us better and better and better. Because us with Roberto, we are professional musicians with so much experience, but we still practice every day, and we still think, okay, we have like today in the recording, like, no, this we can rethink this, we can do better, this let's do this, let's twist this around. So it's an ongoing process. Absolutely. And then recently one of my colleagues, students playing viola, I played for the recording with a student, and the student plays 3 instruments. I was so impressed. I told the teacher, who is the viola player himself, I said, I am so amazed with her. She's like 14 years old girl. She's learning 3 instruments: piano, violin, viola. And I say, I am still practicing one for my entire life. I'm just learning one. I have no ambition to start the second one now, because I think there's so much more I can still improve always. And this is a beautiful process. So because that's the process for us. And really, if I could feel that their girls and from our communication and from how we worked a little bit yesterday, I could see they understood the concept, they could grasp an idea, and if they continue practicing in that direction, I'm sure it will lead to something wonderful.
Yeah, what I learned yesterday is that you made it very clear to them, you need a very good foundation. You know, you need also you be able to read your notes and to understand
notes and rhythm and many other things.
Everything, but that's actually the base, right?
Yes.
Also, you also mentioned yesterday that you can learning by doing, right, or just by listening, but then you get stuck. That is a point you cannot go any further. And I also believe from my side that classical music, learning classical music, whatever you play later, it doesn't matter, right? But that's the best foundation, because you have to be precise, you have to practice, you have to also your ear, everything has to become.
It's a fine-tuned
It's a fine-tuned, So I'm very, very happy, and the 4 girls, they are totally over the moon. I mean, you leave really something back here, what's very, very interesting, right? One of my technicians told me that you love the piano in the Studio A, and the difference they said was that the one on stage is hard, and the one in the studio is soft. Is that the difference?
No, really. I mean, like in general terms, maybe something, yes, but sensibility and sensitivity, I think that would be the right word, of the keyboard, the one we have here in Bösendorf for piano in the recording studio, is much higher quality as well. So sensitivity, so that you can do more colors, you can do more shades. So it's not only about loud and soft, but there are more about expressions we could do. And that's something what we did today for our audio recordings, because this is when we record, we really want to imagine it's like you have this stone, gemstone, and if you look around from this stone, this is from this side, this is from another side. So these are the really very delicate changes you're showing with the music which is written, right? And then we can always express it with a lot of gentleness and delicacy. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's a loud or soft music, but it's just the shapes and shades of their colors.
Right, I mean, I'm sure you recorded in a lot of studios. Like when you compare with ours, how do you feel when you're in our studio? Are you feel comfortable? You feel warm? You feel, you know, it doesn't inspire us, or you get inspired by this architecture, by
yes,
where we
yes,
are. So that
yes.
may be very nice for me to find out
Yes.
from you, like what is your feeling when you are here and you have time to record?
Yes. So first of all, I mean, visually, when we came in, it's the first impression is wonderful, and we can see there's a lot of effort done in the materials you used for the quality of the sound, for the acoustics, and for the materials of the all the tools and you know the instruments there. This is the first point, and the second thing is that atmosphere is very professional. So that's for us, it it sets the right mood, that we can focus and do what the best, like I say, look for shades, look for colors, so nothing distracts, and then you feel really like in the right place. That's very important for us.
That's very nice. So again, I would like to, maybe you can give a little bit tip to our students. You know, I think they fired up, and I think they're gonna go crazy, you know. So what would give them on their way, you know? I know how it is when you do whatever you do. It's in art, it's painting, whatever, you know, you make a jump and then it's not gonna go further, you know. You have a feeling, oh, it goes back again. Where do you get your inspiration and your energy that for the next step? For the next step, as you mentioned before, it never ends.
Yes.
It's never ending, yeah. Right?
Yeah, so that's it's a drive, right? Like what you say, that they have to keep going, and I think first of all the pillars of the art, right, for us is the practice, hard work, discipline, but at the same time, I think the fourth pillar, and probably one of the most important one, would be your inner desire and energy to believe. You have to keep believing in yourself, and there will be for sure some difficulties on the way, and it's normal, and it can be in any profession. In our profession, it's so fragile that we can feel, you know, we are very sensitive usually as human beings. Artists are usually like that, and we might feel, you know, more emotional one day or another, but to return to yourself, to believe in yourself, that's very important. I think to have this self-confidence, and you know, the rest, the good teachers, good facilities, you know, all the support they have from you, which is already a lot. You know, it's just like the whole building. That is there for those pillars. The roof, you're giving them the roof. So I think that's a very beautiful thing.
Yeah, super.
Yeah.
You know, we are in Asia, and my wife is Singaporean, right? So I spent a lot of things in Singapore, and as an artist there, I had a lot of discussions with very wealthy Singaporeans who were not happy when their daughters and sons wanted to become artists because you can't make money, right? So, you know, it takes something special, right? That as an artist, anyway, maybe your whole life you never become rich. Maybe your whole life you play or you just enough to feed you and pay what you have. But from your point, what is the return when you do something with such a passion, and actually you never become rich, or you cannot even pay for your own thing? Is this something you have to take in consideration when you do a path as an artist?
Usually we don't. That's the money is usually the last thing we think about. To be honest. Yes, I think we are actually privileged if we do if we create art. We are so happy. You know, a lot of people work in different professions, and they feel that, okay, that's my everyday life. It's not exciting enough. They feel, you know, sad at times and things like this. For us, this possibility, for instance, if we have possibility to go on stage, that's a huge possibility. Why? Not because we're on stage and we're so wonderful. No, not because of that. Because you can share things share what you've been, you know, feeling, what you have inside you, what comes through you, because you're usually a vehicle. We believe that we are vehicles of the compositions composed by, you know, amazing people. That you can transfer this energy through your art to other people, because I think that's the most valuable, and that's why it's so wonderful to be on stage and to share with people. And then if in return you get applause and smile, that's also fantastic, because you have this exchange. Of course, now I'm exaggerating, yes, but this is also this energy exchange, which it is a special feeling. So I think we're really truly privileged to do that. And similar for me is teaching as well, because I do both at the same time always, like for many years. So teaching, I can see, of course, in teaching, sometimes you have this effect. You can see it earlier or later. It could be, you know, different situation, depends on how the student reacts, right? But it's the best feeling, and you see that it's something came through from you to the student, and now you're watching your student playing. That's I feel so grateful always for that. You know, I thought like, oh, this 5 minutes of my students playing like this, it worth all the effort, you know, we did, and then all the nerves, and then, you know, whatever it took, the hard work.
You see, I'm an artist myself, and today I'm not so much in the public anymore with my art, but I was invited a lot to very wealthy people, right? And then usually it ends up that you tell the story, right? And then when I came home late at night to my wife, and she said, how was it? I said, well, it was amazing. I was the richest person tonight on the table, because the others, they only have money.
Yeah. Because you had something to share what your experience. And also one more thing I want to, maybe it also could somehow feel the inspiration, you know, pass the inspiration to students, which actually comes to me through my entire life, from the very beginning, from my very first international piano competition in Italy when I was 12, coming from Ukraine, taking a first flight, because my family didn't train me by plane then. We only had, you know, we had this sponsorship from the municipality of my city for me to take that flight for the international competition, because I managed to do good at the previous competitions locally. But from there, my journey started in a different level, because I understood I could see Rome. And this is because I played at the competition. How I did it with my 10 fingers, and with all the knowledge my teacher helped me to build. My mom gave me so much support, my father gave me so much support. So that's how I saw Rome for the first time. So, and then from there I was like, no, I'm going to practice twice more now, so I can see this city, that country. And until today, like here we are now today, I see the world, I meet amazing people because of music. What can be better?
Well, Kseniia, you're an inspiration, and I think you're an inspiration for our girls here, for our students, and thank you very, very, very much. And I hope, in a shorter distance, we can welcome you again. You anytime welcome, and it is so wonderful what you do, and I'm looking forward for the concert tonight, even it's going to be a little bit different. And yes, I can only say thank you. And
thank you. We really appreciate your
see you again.
Yes, see you again.
Thank you very much.
You.
Thank you.